let's talk a little bit about how the grid works. So the grid in Code.org is flipped from the grid you're used to in math. 0, 0, or point of origin, is in the top left corner instead of the bottom left corner, which is what you're used to in math class. So as you move to the right, your numbers go up, and as you move down, your numbers go up. So when I'm moving around on the screen, if you look below where it says show grid right here, you'll see the numbers show up for where I am on the X and the Y axis. So as I move right, I'm going to stay right here at about 0 or 1 on X-ish. I'm going to move over, and you should notice that my X is getting bigger. My Y should be staying pretty much the same. I'm trying to keep my hand as steady as I can. You'll see that X just gets bigger and bigger and bigger as I move across the screen. Now for Y, you'll notice the same thing. So I'm just going to try to go through the middle here. As I go down the screen, my Y gets bigger and bigger and bigger all the way down to 400. If I'm moving diagonally, both my X and my Y are getting bigger. I'm going to post this grid in Google Classroom so that you can bring it up when you're working if you need help remembering where you are. Normally in our classroom at school, I have these giant on the wall with reminders of which way the X and the Y axis go. I will find those and send you a copy. It might be something you want to have near you. Maybe I'll send those home in our next kits. All right, so let's do some practice here. We're going to pick a color, and then we're going to pick a shape. So let's do a red square. Let's just start simple right at 0, 0. So squares plot or are placed or named by the location of their top left corner. So 0, 0 is right here, and you can see my mouse on the bottom, my X and Y will show up to get it to plot here. There we go. That's as close as I'm going to get to 0, 0. So that would be plotting a square at 0, 0. Red square, 0, 0. Let's do a green square at 0 or 100x. So we're going to go over 100 and then 0y. We won't go down at all. So that would be going over 100 and down 0. Let's go over and make another one. Let's go over to 200. X, 0, y. That's working our way across. Now let's work our way down. So I'm going to go to green again and square. If I move, stay where I am at 0x and go down to 200y, that means I'm moving my mouse down, and I can look on the bottom again under show grid right here. It's going to show me where I'm at. So I want to get to about 200. And you're not going to maybe get this perfect, but it's just about knowing the about location around where it is on the screen. So that is 0x 200y. Let's do a blue square, and let's go down. We'll do 0x again, and let's go to 250y. That would put a square right there. Let's go down and over this time. So let's do a red square. Let's go over to 200, so 200x, and let's do 200y. Oops, I clicked a little fast there. My mouse is moving. Here is about 200, 200. That's the center of the screen, 200x, 200y. Let's do a green square. Let's go over 50 and down to 100. So 50x, 100y would be right there. Now let's do a couple circles. Let's do a red circle, and let's do the red circle at, now the circle plots from the center, and you can tell because the arrow's right in the center of it. So let's go to 100x, 100y, and plot that there. That's a circle at 100x, 100y. Let's do a green circle at 200, 200. So if I go over 200 and down 200, there's that circle. Finally, let's do a blue one. Let's go over 400 and down 250. And you'll see only part of the circle shows up on the screen. The other half is off. So that's the basics of plotting the shapes on the grid in GameLab.